What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another video. Today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of match day number 5 in the Premier League. So before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe on that push now to 38,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim, and do let me know your predictions in the comments below. Finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest scores in the Premier League, along with all the other football games from around the world and the latest scores from all the other sports that you guys love to follow, all in one place, all in one app. It's a very highly rated app, worthwhile checking out. It is free to download, and anyone that does download using my link in the description does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So we're going to crack on with this video, just reviewing very quickly my performance in match day number 4. We've got one correct score, which came in the Fulham West Ham game, which I had down as a 1-1 draw. We managed to get 4 correct results and then 5 incorrect in total. So the correct results we managed to get: Manchester United beating Southampton by 3-0 away from home. I had that down as a 2-1 win. Manchester City beating Brentford. I had that down as a 3-0 Manchester City win. That finished 2-1 to Manchester City. I also had Aston Villa to win against Everton by 2-0. Pretty entertaining game. Finished 3-2. And I also had Arsenal winning the North London derby. I had that down as a 2-1 win. Finished 1-0 to Arsenal, and sets things up very nicely now heading into match day number 5. So starting off on Saturday 21st of September, onto the early kickoff, you've got West Ham United taking on Chelsea. That is a 12:30 p.m. BST kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live on TNT Sports. I'm going to go with a Chelsea win here. I'm going 2-1. Close game. Should be a very interesting game between West Ham and Chelsea. A London derby there, of course, at the London Stadium over in East London. So it should be a real good game. I expect this to be both teams to score. I think Chelsea will be too strong. I think they'll show the quality, and I'm going 2-1 for Chelsea. Moving on to the 3 p.m. games, starting off with Aston Villa taking on Wolves in a Midlands derby, going with an Aston Villa win for this one at Villa Park, going with a solid and a clean sheet to 2-0 Aston Villa win. I think they're going to be too strong for Wolves. Moving on, Fulham taking on Newcastle. Managed to get them drawing with West Ham absolutely spot on, and I'm going with them to draw again, going with a 1-1 draw between Fulham and Newcastle. Couldn't call it. Didn't know whether I wanted to go with a Fulham win. Don't know if Newcastle are going to be too strong and going with them. And because I was umming and ahhing about what to do, I thought, I can see both teams scoring in this game. Go with a score draw. We'll go safe rather than a 2-2 or a 3-3. We'll go 1-1. Play it safe. And that's what I'm going for this game at Craven Cottage. And moving on, you got Leicester City taking on Everton. Very big game, even though we're only 5 games into the Premier League. But I imagine that Leicester City, their ambitions are to stay in the Premier League, as are Everton. Everton haven't got off to a great start. Makes this a very big game. And I'm going for 3 points for Leicester City. I'm going 2-1 to Leicester, and for them to take advantage of Everton's poor form and putting more pressure onto Everton's manager, Sean Dyche. So I'm going 2-1 Leicester City in that game in the East Midlands. Now moving on to the match in Merseyside, you've got Liverpool taking on AFC Bournemouth at Anfield, and I think Liverpool are going to be far too strong for Bournemouth, and I don't see them slipping up this weekend like they did last weekend at Anfield against Nottingham Forest, where Nottingham Forest managed to pull off the result of the round and one of the results of the season, with them winning 1-0 at Anfield. I think Liverpool will turn up this week, and I'm going 3-0 to Liverpool. Down on the south coast, you've got Southampton taking on Ipswich Town, the battle of the 2 newly promoted teams, and I'm going again score draw here. Couldn't call it. Wasn't sure if Southampton were going to win or if Ipswich were going to win, so I'm going score draw here, 1-1 once more between Southampton and Ipswich Town. And moving on to the final game of the 3 p.m s, that's Tottenham Hotspur taking on Brentford in North London at Spurs Stadium, and I'm going with a 2-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur in that game against Brentford. Narrow win. I don't think Spurs look amazing right now. I do think they'll be just about too strong for Brentford, and again Brentford falling unlucky, nearly pulled off a miraculous result at the Etihad last week with them going 1-0 up after 24 seconds, but ultimately City too strong and win that game by 2-1, go over 2-1 Tottenham in this game as well. Now moving on to the final game on Saturday, you got Crystal Palace taking on Manchester United at Selhurst Park, and I think Manchester United are going to be too strong for Crystal Palace. I've not been too impressed with Palace either so far this season, so I think United will win that game. I can see both teams scoring, so I'm going 2-1 Manchester United. That game taking place at 5:30 p.m. BST, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. Now moving on to the two games on Sunday the 22nd of September, you've got Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Nottingham Forest at 2 p.m, with that game being broadcast live here in the UK on Sky Sports. I think Brighton are going to be too strong for Forest, going 2-0 to Brighton, but I underestimated Nottingham Forest last week. They're on top of the world after picking up a win against Liverpool at Anfield. Are they going to go in with a little bit of a celebrationary hangover, or is that going to motivate them to go on and pick up another fantastic result? And I tell you what, if Forest do back-to-back Premier League wins away from home against Liverpool at Anfield and Brighton at the Amex Stadium, they are two very impressive results. Continuous results as well, back-to-back as well. I think that would be very impressive. I'd be impressed if any team in the Premier League could go to Anfield and the Amex in back-to-back games and win both them away games. And if Nottingham Forest can do that, then I'm not wearing a hat, but I'll put a hat on and I'll take my hat off next week if that does happen. You have my word, but I think 2-0 Brighton in that game. Finally, onto the huge game at the top of the Premier League. At first place taking on second place, Manchester City taking on Arsenal at the Etihad Stadium. It just doesn't get any bigger than that, with this game taking place at 4:30 p.m. BST, with the game being broadcast live in the UK on Sky Sports. And I couldn't sit on the fence for this one. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm a Manchester City fan, but I think City are just going to edge this one, with home advantage taking count here for this match, and I can see City going ahead, Arsenal pegging City back, and then Manchester City finding a late winner. What I will say is I think this result could have huge permutations on who lifts the Premier League trophy in May. Arsenal managed to pick up two brilliant results against City last season, and they still fell short, beating City at the Emirates and drawing 0-0, parking the bus last season at the Etihad to scramble a really good point at the Etihad, and they will be looking to do the same. But Arsenal are the informed Premier League team away from home. 11 matches, 10 wins with one draw. That one draw against Manchester City, averaging a goal. I think they're averaging 3 goals every game in their away matches so far in 2024, conceding less than a goal per game as well. You fancy if there is any team that are going to go to the Etihad and beat Manchester City, it will be Arsenal, but they've got to be more positive than they were last season. Is a draw good enough for Arsenal? I think Man City would probably be pretty happy with not losing that game, because it's going to keep them on top of the Premier League, and it means they're a game less and they don't have to face Arsenal till the second half of the season. They know that they can go to the Emirates, and as long as they don't lose that game, them two results cancel each other out. I think one of them teams wins this game though. I think it's going to be Manchester City. As I said, I might be wearing my blue tinted glasses on this. Arsenal may win this game. I'm hoping it's going to be a really exciting game, and I hope both teams are really going to go at each other. But Man City may have Kevin De Bruyne back, but he may be missing. Odegaard certainly missing for Arsenal as well. Two big absentees for both teams. They're going to cancel each other out. What's going to happen? I'm going though, not on the fence for this one. 2-1 Manchester City. So there we go. They have been my predictions for match day number 5 in the Premier League. I scored myself 4 out of 10 for my performance in match day number 4. Hopefully an improvement this match day for myself when it comes to the predictions. So do let me know your predictions, guys, in the comments below. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.